In the previous video, we did the dual intercept method, which is where you work out the y-intercept and the x-intercept to sketch a straight line. In this case, we're going to do the rise over run method, which only works if the c value is 0. If you recall correctly, the dual intercept method only works if the c value is not 0. So, the steps for sketching rise over run method is as follows, or are as follows. Write the m value as a fraction, so you'll say the m value is 4, then you'll write it as 4 over 1. Then you always start at the c value or the y-intercept. Now preferably you want to start at 0 because you only want to use this method if c is 0, but you can use it with other methods as well, and you can use it when c is not 0, and I will show you one of those examples. If m is a positive fraction, then move a units up and b units to the right, or if m is negative, move a units down and b units to the right. So it's always up and right or down and right. And then you make a dot and connect the two dots. Okay, so that is quite confusing if I don't show it to you in practice. So let's have a look at these examples. So I'm going to sketch y equals to 3x. I'm going to sketch y equal to negative 4x. I'm going to sketch y equal to 2 over 3x. And I'm going to sketch y equal to 4x minus 7. Alright, so for the first one we want to sketch y equal to 3x. Alright, so the first step, write m as a fraction. M is equal to 3. The way that we want to write that as a fraction is 3 over 1. Alright, and you will see that over here my c value is 0. If you do not have a c value, then it's invisible 0. Alright, so my second step is to start at the c value, or in this case 0. So we're going to start at the point 0, 0 over here. The second step says if m is positive, which it is, it's positive 3, you move a units up and b units to the right. So we're going to move 3 units up and b units to the right. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3 up and 1 to the right. That's where we're going to make our second dot. And you're going to connect the two dots like this. Alright, now it is quite important that you do write the coordinates for this. The x value over here is 1, the y value over here is 3, so it's 1 and 3. And this is the line y equal to 3x. It's more important to label the line if you have more than one line on your sketch. Okay, we do prefer if you make these rise over run marks in pencil, and you do not need to draw these dotted lines to get the coordinates. I was just showing you how I found the coordinates. Right. For the second one, we have y equal to negative 4x. We're going to write the m value, which is equal to negative 4, as a fraction. That's negative 4 over 1. Okay. And let's remind ourselves, the c value in this case is 0. So we're going to start at 0. Then we look at the m value. The m value is negative, so we're going to move down. We're going to move 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the right. 1 to the right. And we're going to make our dot over there and connect the two dots. So this is why I say that we generally want to use this method only if c is equal to 0, because with the other method, with the dual intercept method, you work out the x and the y intercept and you connect those two dots. You only need to connect two dots to sketch a straight line. So in this case, if you work out the x and the y intercept, let's say you didn't realize that you cannot use the dual intercept method. if you work out the x and the y-intercept by making x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 respectively, you're going to get the point 0, 0, which is just one point on the line, which means that we can't connect it. So we do need a second point, in this case 1 and negative 4. So the way that we would mark this is say, is the line going through the point 0, 0? Find another coordinate. It doesn't have to be this coordinate, it can be any other coordinate, but usually we like having this coordinate here, and then the shape, is it increasing or decreasing? By the way, in case you didn't know, increasing is if it's going upwards. In other words, if you're reading like this, is it going up? This is increasing, and this is if your m value is positive, and this is decreasing. So if you're going from left to right, is it going downwards? So this is decreasing, and this is if your m value is negative. Okay, so you can always compare your sketch to what you have in your equation. It's negative 4, so the line must be decreasing, and it is decreasing, therefore we have a good indication that the line that we sketched is correct. Then for the third one, we want to sketch y equal to 2 over 3x. And in this case, the m value is 2 over 3. We do not have to change that into a fraction because it is already a fraction. I'm going to confirm my steps with you. The first step is check the c value. The c value is 0, so we're going to start at 0. We already have our m value as a fraction, so we don't have to rewrite that. The m value is positive, so we're going to be moving up by the numerator 1, 2, and right by the denominator 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to make our dot there, and we are going to sketch. Again, if you read this off of your graph, you need to label that coordinate that you found. The x value is 3, and the y value is 2. It's always x then y. And then I did say that I want to show you an example of when the line is not, doesn't have a a y-intercept at 0. So the c value is not 0. Remember, my first step didn't say start at 0. It said start at the c value. This is my c value. So I'm going to start at negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to connect the dot there. Alright. And then my m value is 4, which we're going to rewrite as 4 over 1. So I'm going to move 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to move 1 to the right. 1. And I'm going to connect those dots. Like this. But remember, when you have a line that has two intercepts, you have your y-intercept, which is negative 7, and then you have your x-intercept. You want to figure out what that x-intercept is, and remember, in the dual intercept method, you would be doing that automatically anyway. So I would have preferred to use the dual intercept method for this. But if the rise over run method helps you get the shape right and then you work out the x-intercept anyway, that's completely fine. So let's work out the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we make y equal to 0. So that's 0 equal to 4x minus 7. By the way, you would do this underneath the sketch or far away from the sketch. The reason I'm doing it here is so that you can still see the line and my calculations. So I'm going to take the 4 over. That gives me negative 4x equal to negative 7. And I'm going to divide by -4 on both sides. Divide by -4, divide by -4. That gives me x equal to 7/4. So this point over here that we couldn't read off of the graph is 7/4, which is just under 2, so it makes sense on our sketch. And that's how you're going to leave it. Alright, I hope that helped. In the next video, I'm going to do special lines.